Welcome back to Doc's Hot Shop and Forge. So today I'm going to get a start on the box for the vise repair, the screw. I'll get that one just a little bit out of the way. So the screw I'm making out of some 1030. So it's a low carbon steel. I'm not using wrought iron for this part, simply because I want two dissimilar metals in contact in the box and the screw component, so the threads aren't going to gall or bind. Now I'm almost 100% certain that I should have cut this maybe 50 millimeters to 2 inches longer. We'll see how much we get out. I need to step this down to 30 or 28 millimeters nominally, and then upset this section down to form. Basically, I'm going to forge a blacksmith's diamond for the boss for the handle to go through. To facilitate all of this, I'm making some tooling for the fly press. So I've got a shank blank that I've made up. This will become the bottom shank, and I've drilled out some 1045 to 30 millimeters. Confirm that is actually 30 millimeters. Yeah. 30 millimeters, well actually 31 millimeters, but I'm going to cut through so it'll come down to about 29-ish. I still need to chamfer the inside edges and just trim it up a little bit. This is probably a little bit small for what it's going to do, but if it survives doing just one job, then it's probably done its job anyway. So that's a rounding up die for rounding this piece up once I've forged the reduced section down. I'll cover the fly press tooling in a separate video, which covers a few other bits of fly press tooling that I've made along the way, which will go up shortly. So let's get the forge hot. Draw this down to form the bottom shank, and then we'll start working on the box and the screw itself proper. Let's have some fun. I don't have enough material for this. Anyway, we'll see how we go. essentially we're just taking the high spots off to get a little bit more rounded before we head for the rounding die. Okay, let's try out the rounding die. Bearing in mind, this doesn't actually keep it perfectly round because it's going to be turned. Pretty happy with that. So now we have to upset it. So we got it out to 26 centimeters. We're going to lose probably about 4 centimeters to the boss, so it'll take us back down to 22, which means we'll get about 20 centimeters of thread all told. 18 to 19 centimeters. hydrated, guys. So the reason for quenching the end is that I need it to act like a harder piece to drive so that the force is transmitted further before you get any movement of the metal. So I'm trying to upset close to that shoulder at the moment so that we get a little more metal down there. In a minute I'm going to forge in those top corners anyway, but for the moment I'm trying to get as much metal where I want it before I have to really work at it. Squaring it up and starting to form that diamond and hoping we've got enough to get some reasonably crisp corners. If it ends up below 50 millimeters, it's what it is. There will be a thrust collar under it, so it should be okay. there. Just got to tidy up the flaps. That side is proud. About this. Pretty damn stoked with that. That's pretty good. Okay, I had planned to get a lot more done. I still have that piece to draw out and rough forge the bell end on it, but that's going to have to wait. It's just been that sort of weekend. However, still a bit warm, still a bit warm. I did get the blank for the screw finished. And it's quite a good effort. I've not actually made one of these blacksmith's diamonds before, and I've got a pretty regular. I'm pretty happy with those, with the faces. Not every corner is perfect, but I think all told, it's perfect enough. And as a bonus, it's all in line. There's less than a millimetre error between these faces and the blank for the screw. And accounting for the fish mouthing at the end, which will lose me probably about 15 millimetres, I have 170 millimetres or 6 3/4 inches of thread. I will have about 10 millimetres or so to half an inch that'll be unthreaded up at this end for a thrust washer to ride on, which will keep this part centred in the front jaw. And that should still leave a good 14 centimetres, which is 5.5 inches worth of jaw opening, which I think is more than enough for a 3-inch vise. So the next job is to machine that. And for that, I am going to have to somehow get one of my lathes up and running, or get access to a lathe that's got screw cutting and is able to cut down to around about 2 turns per inch. Although these small one, well actually no, this thread is patterned on an existing vise of this size, and it is 2 turns to the inch. So that's a question for the future. Because most of what I'm reading at the moment is most lathes will do 7.5 as the most, the fastest thread. So yeah, we'll see. But that's where I'm going to leave off. If you have enjoyed this video, which is now being washed out quite badly by the sun, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. When you do, don't forget, ring the notification bell. So get out to your shop, have some fun, do something new, but above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one. So, I seem to have my vices. This is a old, probably 5 to 6 inch jaw, likely Peterite. Which, as you can see, had some accidents along its way. Both front and back jaw failed at some point, and I'm sorry about the poor lighting, but I'm not carrying it around to the main workshop just yet. Don't have any room. But this is the next repair project, and plays in well, because I need to know how to do a set of jaws for one of these for an upcoming project. So this will be a nice little practice piece.